Here in Lubbock, Texas, we're ready for the final regular season weekend of the 2026 college softball season. The Red Raiders of Texas Tech have already captured the Big 12 regular season title for a second straight year. They'll be the #1 seed next week in Oklahoma City at the Big 12 tournament. And tonight, number 4 Texas Tech welcomes in Baylor to open up a 3-game series here at Tracy Sellers Field. Hi, everybody. Chris Sylvester with you alongside the rest of our terrific crew. The Baylor Bears come into town very much on the bubble, just outside the top 40 in the RPI. So these are some important games for Baylor if they can find a way to get one against the Texas Tech Red Raiders here in Lubbock this weekend. Amber Tobin has led the offense for Baylor this year. She's tied for 10th in the Big 12 with 57 hits, and the Baylor Bats will need to be at their best against this talented Texas Tech pitching staff this weekend. They expected to counter with Caitlin Terry here in the opener tonight. For Texas Tech, the offense has been terrific all season long. That was on display last weekend when the Red Raiders swept Arizona State in Tempe. Mia Williams, 72 runs scored. That's good for tops in the Big 12, but her teammate Maya Davis right on her tail. Just one shy of 70 in the runs scored department. And we'll see if there's any separation between the two teammates for the top spot in runs scored in the conference by the time it's all said and done this weekend. So it's the series opener tonight at Tracy Sellers Field in West Texas. Number 4 Texas Tech lifts the lid off its final regular season series, welcoming in the Baylor Bears. Starting lineups, and the first pitch comes your way now. There you see Caitlin Terry completing her warm-up tosses, getting ready to start her 20th game of the season. The UCLA transfer has been nothing short of spectacular. A 1.48 earned run average, among the best pitchers in the country. Has also been one of the top hitters in the country, and we'll see her come up in the bottom of the first inning. Batting second for Texas Tech, the Big 12 regular season champ. Kagan Marshall bats in the bottom third of the batting order despite leading Baylor with 9 home runs on the season. Brooklyn Carter, Samaya Jones, Amber Tobin, the aforementioned shortstop, top the lineup card, scheduled to lead off for the Bears, who are trying to get back to the postseason after missing out last year in 2025. Texas Tech ousted Baylor from the Big 12 tournament a season ago, and underway tonight at Tracy Sellers Field with a swing and a miss. Brooklyn Carter, the senior from Inglewood in Southern California, spent 2 years at Washington out of high school. This is her second season at Baylor. Fights off the 2-strike pitch from Caitlin Terry. Mike Hernandez is behind the plate calling the balls and strikes this evening. Perry Owens, the first base umpire, and John Baca will handle everything else. Another one foul off the bat of Brooklyn Carter, checking in with a .333 batting average. 45 of her 50 hits this year have been singles. Tough hitter to strike out. Only 7 punch-outs this season, and does not chase the Caitlin Terry rise ball on 0-2. Ninth lowest earned run average in the country for Caitlin Terry. Someone Jerry Glasgow is often referred to as a fierce competitor. Junior from Glendale, Arizona. It's been a welcomed addition here in Lubbock. Here's the 2-2, and that one's fouled back. So Carter seeing a lot of pitches here to open the game. Another 2-strike pitch, and a check swing, no swing on the appeal, full count. So Carter doing what you'd want your leadoff hitter to do, and that's waste a lot of pitches here from Caitlin Terry. Allow everybody else that's going to bat today to see as much as possible before they step into the batter's box. And Brooklyn Carter comes all the way back to work a leadoff walk. So Caitlin Terry was up 0-2, a couple pitches into the game, but 7 pitches later, quite a few foul balls. Carter on base to open things up for Baylor. The Bears trying to snap a 3-game skid here in Lubbock as they put a finishing touch on their regular season.
At plate number 77, Samaya Jones.
They're swept at home, held to just 4 runs in 3 games against a surging Oklahoma State squad led by Ruby Malin, who was teammates with Brooklyn Carter for a couple years at Washington. There's Samaya Jones, the left fielder. 24 hits and 100 at bats, a .240 average. Then Jones takes up and in. Drops down a bunt. Terry twirls, and the only play to first base. So Carter up into scoring position as Jones lays down the successful sacrifice. Then here's an early chance for Baylor to get a couple at bats with a runner at second base.
Now batting number 36.
Bears top hitter Amber Tovin coming up. Tovin, the senior from Northridge in Southern California. Spent her freshman year 2022 at Arizona. Has been with Baylor the last 4 seasons. Leads them in almost every offensive category you'd want to know about. Been a career year for Tovin, who previously hadn't hit higher than .287 in the season, but checks in with her .357 average. 3 hits, couple doubles against Oklahoma State last weekend in Waco. Caitlin Terry's in front. There's the 1-2 and a swing and a miss. There's that rise ball, so tough to lay off of with 2 strikes. And a timely strikeout for Terry. And she gets Tovin swinging for out number 2 here in the Baylor half of the first.
Now batting number 1, Leah Cran.
Leah Cran, the cleanup hitter, first ball swinging. And lifts a high pop-up into foul territory. The catch made. And foul ground by Lauren Allred for out number 3. So the leadoff walk stranded at second base. It's nothing doing in the Baylor half of the first. Number 4, Texas Tech will bat for the first time this weekend on the other side. Peyton Tanner has the tall task of trying to silence the Texas Tech bats tonight. The sophomore getting ready to start her 22nd game. She's logged over 100 innings. Command at times has been an issue. 80 walks to 86 strikeouts. And as Texas Tech has showcased under 2 seasons of the Jerry Glasgow era, they oftentimes make opposing pitching staffs pay for the free passes. And Tanner, a transfer from Tennessee, will face one of her former teammates in this starting 9. Nia Williams, second in the Big 12 with her 19 home runs this year. She'll bat 3rd in front of Jackie Liss. Jasmine Burns, Lauren Allred coming off a big Tuesday effort against Tarleton State, followed by Taylor Panel, Haley Toney, and Michaela Garcia. Red Raiders have already wrapped up the number 1 seed in Oklahoma City next week for the conference tournament.
Leading off the bottom of the first for the Red Raiders, number 42.
Repeat Big 12 champs. And trying to repeat as conference tournament champs when they get there. But first things first, it's the Baylor Bears. A postseason hopeful team trying to find the win column here in Lubbock. Something only one visitor has done this year, Arizona. One of the 2 Texas Tech Big 12 regular season losses. The only other loss for Texas Tech through 7 conference series was a defeat to the Utah Utes in Salt Lake City. On 2-0, Maya Davis takes off the inside for ball 3. Davis, a .442 hitter, 9 homers, 44 RBIs. When you look at the stat lines, all 4 seasons that Maya Davis has been in college, I think for most hitters, they would all be career years. For Maya Davis, this truly is a career year with how much power she's showcased, but it's patience showcased in her first plate appearance tonight. And Texas Tech, just as Baylor did in the top half of the inning, they start their frame with the free pass.
The Red Raiders, number 55, Caitlin Terry.
So a 5-pitch walk to Maya Davis. 34 stolen bases over there at first. Always a threat to run. As Caitlin Terry takes a called strike. Terry .489 with the batting average. 12 doubles, 10 homers, 50 RBIs. As she turns on it. And that's into the right field corner for a foul ball. Perry Owens, the first base umpire, right on top of it on a ball that just hooked foul at the last moment. Mentioned Caitlin Terry, top 10 in lowest earned run average in the country. She's also top 10 with her .489 batting average. Good for 6th in college softball this year. We talked to Jerry Glasgow about what he initially expected from Caitlin Terry. He would have told you a good chunk of that would be her ability as a pitcher. Caitlin Terry, deep left center field, but the ballpark will hold it. And the catch is made out there and left by Samaya Jones for the first out here in the Red Raider half of the first inning. Terry just got under that one. Jones, Carter, and Gussman in the outfield for the Baylor Bears. Marshall and Tovin handling the left side of the infield, and Abby Flores is the catcher. 1-on-1 out. Here's Mia Williams, who's been the big power threat in the top third of Texas Tech's batting order. 19 homers. She takes a healthy rip through the 0-1 pitch and falls behind 0-2. Williams, the Florida transfer, has homered in back-to-back games. As Davis takes off for second, good throw, and it's in time. Flores throws out Maya Davis, and she's caught stealing for an 8th time all year. So not often do you see a southpaw catcher, but that gave her an advantage to throw it towards the second base side of the bag. And now Tanner on the comebacker takes care of Williams, and both teams don't do anything with leadoff walks in the first inning.
This is Holden at 10. No budget, no spending alerts, no shot. And this is Future Holden. When Holden was 10, Mom signed him up for Lubbock National Student Visa debit card. That first account helped him learn about money early, smart spending, budgeting, and a cash bonus for good grades.
So, what do we use our cash rewards for?
We took Bella to prom.
It's not too late to get your own student card.
They look at us and wonder, what's out there?
We are.
We've never been the type to stand to the side, letting world-changing ideas go untested. We push even beyond our own expectations. Here is seen across the country and heard around the world. We strive to be bold, to be impactful, and to challenge the status quo.
Because from here,
And here.
And even here,
It's possible.
Texas Tech's defense with Lauren Allred in right field, Maya Davis in center. Garcia gets the start in left tonight. Vic Valdez behind the plate with Jackie Liss, Mia Williams, Haley Toney, and Taylor Pannell along the infield supporting Caitlin Terry, who was able to work around a leadoff walk and put up a 0 in the first inning. Faith Piper leads off the Baylor half of the second. Takes the first one upstairs. Piper, the sophomore from Katy, hitting .315 with a homer and 20 RBIs. Two and one. Piper was held just one hit against Oklahoma State pitching last weekend. Mentioned the Baylor Bats struggled in that series after taking 2 of 3 from Utah the weekend prior. Outside corner, it's strike 3 called. And the second punch out for Caitlin Terry.
That's plate number 33, Olivia Bittner.
There's strike 1. It's Olivia Bittner, true freshman from Denton in North Texas. DP today for the Bears. This is a young Baylor team, a lot of underclassmen up and down the starting lineup for the longtime head coach Glenn Moore. Bittner out of Ryan High School. Fouls away another 0-2 pitch. It's a bouncing ball to second. Routine play. Mia Williams throws out Bittner for the second out here in the Baylor half of the second. It'll give way to Kagan Marshall with 2 down. Marshall, the true freshman from Robinson, Texas. Out of Robinson High School. Had a couple hits on a weekend where hits weren't easy to come by for the Bears against Oklahoma State in the final home series this year in Waco. Mentioned Marshall leads the club with her 8 home runs. Showcased a lot of power here in her first college season. Coach Moore arguing that maybe that last one that was ruled a foul ball should have been ruled a hit by pitch. Longtime Baylor coach with over 1,000 wins between his time at LSU and Baylor. It certainly did look like it hit off the bat before deflecting some of Vic Valdez's catcher protection. It looks like the crew got that call right. And 1 pitch later, it's a rise ball swung on and missed. Caitlin Terry bookends a scoreless second with strikeouts 2 and 3 on the night to keep us scoreless into the home half of the inning. season's Big 12 Coach of the Year, may be well on his way to winning those honors again this season. The second year Red Raider head coach has one more streak to try and keep alive before this regular season comes to an end. In 9 years as a Division I head coach, Jerry Glasgow has not lost a series to a conference opponent. Was able to keep that rolling through the first 7 Big 12 weekends, even after Texas Tech had lost their series opener here early in conference play to Arizona. Lost the opener of that series in run rule fashion before coming back to take the final 2 games. It was a big sigh of relief for Glasgow. Also played in a rubber match in Salt Lake City against Utah, and the Red Raiders were able to take that game in the finale at Dumke Family Softball Stadium earlier this month. Red Raiders will need 2 wins here against Baylor this weekend to keep that streak alive into Jerry Glasgow's 10th Division I head coaching season next year. Jackie Liss leads off the home half of the second. Three wide ones from Peyton Tanner. Tanner walked Maya Davis to open up the first inning, but Davis was caught stealing at second. Nobody else reached base, so Tanner wound up facing the minimum. And Texas Tech, by way of a leadoff base on balls, will have a base runner to open an inning again against Peyton Tanner and Baylor.
Batting for the Red Raiders, number 12, Jasmine Burns.
One and 0 on Jasmine Burns. That one does catch the outside corner after Abby Flores went out to talk to Peyton Tanner. Burns, the Ohio State transfer, 356, 13 homers, 40 RBIs as she takes low. Burns with base hits in 8 of her last 9 games. That is just off the outside corner. It's ball 3. Red Raiders opened their final regular season homestand with a run rule win here a couple nights ago against Tarleton State. Final non-conference regular season game for Tech as Burns takes upstairs. Back-to-back walks. Have the Red Raiders in business here to open the bottom of the second. So that's now 83 walks in 109 2/3 innings for Peyton Tanner. And Brittany Newman, the longtime pitching coach, who's been with Baylor now 23 seasons. Already some action brewing in the Baylor bullpen if the command issues continue to be a problem for Peyton Tanner. Lauren Allred, who had one of her best games of the season on Tuesday, is the next scheduled hitter for Texas Tech as Jerry Glasgow talks things over with the circle visit. And Baylor trying to keep the vibes up in the visiting dugout. A postseason hopeful team trying to snap a 3-game skid and win a game here in Lubbock, which has been a theme for this Baylor program over the years, although this is the Bears' first trip to Texas Tech in this so-called new era of Red Raider softball under Jerry Glasgow, where you just kind of expect this program to be a national contender as long as Jerry Glasgow resides in West Texas. So here's Allred with the chance to put the Red Raiders in front early. And she takes the 0-1 pitch low. that is just off the outside for ball 2. Two homers, 5 RBIs in that game against Tarleton State a couple of nights ago for Lauren Allred. Got a piece of the bat there. A foul ball levels the count 2-2. And that hits her. So the 2-1 pitch was close enough, wound up getting part of the bat. But after the 2 walks, it's a hit batter to load the bases for Texas Tech. Logan Holloman will come into this game and pinch run. Taylor Pannell will bat with the bases loaded. Called strike to level the count 1-1. Takes a big swing and just got a piece of that 1-1 pitch. 1-2 here on Pannell, who was teammates with Peyton Tanner last year in Tennessee. Two-time All-SEC first teamer was Taylor Pannell, and a couple of seasons on the diamond with the Volunteers. You'd have to imagine, as these two were teammates for a year, they probably faced each other quite a bit in inter squads. But this is a much different stage and a much different spot with the bases loaded, nobody out. Big chance here for Texas Tech. Pannell skies it into right field. The catch is made. We'll see if Liss will test the arm of Gussman. She does, and she slides in safely with the night's first run. Taylor Pannell, against her former Tennessee teammate, delivers a sac fly, her 45th RBI, and the Red Raiders hit the run column first here in the home half of the second. Here's Haley Toney with runners at the corners now, trying to squeeze one in for Texas Tech, but the bunt rolls foul. Red Raiders still don't have a hit in this game. 2 walks and the hit batter before the sac fly. Haley Toney has 38 hits on the season, a .333 average. As she takes low and away, the throw will be cut off on its way down to second. Back to the plate. And they catch Holloman trying to score on the double steal. So Baylor turns away Texas Tech trying to score a second run on the double steal attempt. The ball was cut off by Faith Piper, the second baseman, and a quick return toss to the catcher Flores to get the second out of the inning. Texas Tech will challenge the out call at home plate. If this stands, it would be the first time in 9 tries this year that Logan Holloman was caught stealing. There's the slide. If the tag's on here, she's most definitely out. If the tag isn't applied until about now, you could argue that left hand had already swiped home plate by the time Flores had slapped the tag down on Logan Holloman. That's probably the best angle there. What's always tough with these calls is can you 100% say that it wasn't the call on the field? I mean, Jerry Glasgow arguing that. And obviously, when you have plays at the plate, you could always also challenge the fact that maybe the runner didn't have a clear lane, but that didn't appear to be the case in that scenario. Jerry Glasgow and his staff talking to a member of tonight's three-man crew. And the Red Raiders are hoping this challenge is successful. Would be a 2-0 ball game if it is. And instead of 2 outs in the inning, would just be 1 with Allred at second base. Here's the call.
The call will be confirmed. The runner is out. That will be Texas Tech's first challenge. They have 1 remaining.
So the call on the field confirmed. And Texas Tech is down a challenge. That's a great play made by the Baylor infield to cut down a possible second run here in the home half of the second. So now 2 outs, and when you go back and consider that the Red Raiders had the bases loaded with nobody out, I think Baylor would sign up 10 out of 10 times to get out of that situation with only 1 runner allowed. It's 1-2 here on Haley Toney as she sends it in the air, shallow left. It's dropping quickly, but the shortstop Amber Tovin makes a terrific running play for out number 3. So all things considered, it could have been much worse for Baylor. Texas Tech gets just the 1 run on the sacrifice fly. 1-0 Red Raiders after 2, in large part to a great running catch made by Amber Tovin.
Reliant is the home of free electricity, so your home can be the home of endless possibilities. With the Truly Free Weekends electricity plan, you get free electricity every weekend automatically. That's free electricity from 8 p.m. Friday to 12 a.m. Monday. It's the plan that puts the possible in possibilities. Truly Free Weekends from Reliant, proud partner of Texas Tech Athletics.
We are creating an unusually amazing customer experience.
We don't push product. We want to understand how we can help.
Where UMB and the relationship officers do a fantastic job is getting to know the customer, build trust, and let them know they care.
I think everyone sells relationship banking, but we deliver it.
Inning number 3 here at Tracy Sellers Field in Lubbock, Texas. The Red Raiders on a Taylor Panelsack fly, lifting the lid off the score here in the series opener. Chris Sylvester with you, our producer Tim Hayes tonight. The penultimate night game of the season here at Tracy Sellers Field. Of course, Texas Tech being where they are in the top 25 and where they sit top 10 of the RPI, there's a good chance the Red Raiders not only would have a chance to host a regional here at home for a second straight year, but should they advance beyond that regional, I think they'd have a good chance to host a super, which has never happened in the history of this field. Abby Flores, who made a great play tagging out Logan Holloman, bidding for a second run in the bottom half of the second. Leads off the top of the third, and Caitlin Terry makes very quick work of the Baylor catcher. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. That's 4 strikeouts through 2 1/3 for the southpaw Caitlin Terry.
At the plate, number 20, Gianna Guzman.
Gianna Guzman has fallen behind 0-2 pretty quickly here. That's fouled away. 1 ball, or rather no balls, 2 strikes on Guzman, the starting right fielder. Another freshman in this starting 9 for Baylor. And a Riverside in Southern California. Martin Luther King High School grad. And she socks one into shallow right field, and the catch made by the second baseman, Mee Williams, on the very edge of the outfield grass. 2 down.
Now batting number 11, Brooklyn Carter.
Brooklyn Carter has been the only base runner for Baylor in this game. Was stranded at second back in the first inning after her leadoff walk. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. Brooklyn Carter, in her first plate appearance, had quickly gone down 0-2. Wound up seeing 9 pitches before drawing that walk. Very pesky hitter, tough to put away with 2 strikes. Out in front of that pitch, still 1-2. Doesn't chase the off-speed pitch. 2-2. There's strike 3. Freester on the inside corner. It's another 1-2-3 frame for Caitlin Terry. 9 in a row set down by the Texas Tech starting pitcher. It's 1-0 Red Raiders to the bottom of the third. Caitlin Terry having a big night. due to bat second in the Red Raider half of the third. The only active player in Division I college softball with over 300 career hits. Also has over 800 at-bats, 136 stolen bases, and 230 runs scored. Second in the Big 12 with her 69 runs scored this season. And Davis will bat after Desiree Spearman here in the home half of the third. Texas Tech still without a hit against Peyton Tanner, but turned a couple walks and a hit batsman last inning to the first run of the game on a Taylor Pennell sac fly. So here's Desiree Spearman, the New Mexico State transfer, a .357 hitter, 12 homers, 47 RBIs. Deep to left field, and a line drive caught by Jones. She had taken that first step back initially on a hot shot off the bat of Spearman, then saw the ball wasn't going to carry all that way. And a nice grab made in left by Jones for the first out. Back to the top of the order, Maya Davis going after the first one. Routine pop fly put away by Amber Tovin. Then two quick outs here for Peyton Tanner.
Batting for the Red Raiders, number 55, Caitlin Terry.
No surprise to see Caitlin Terry watch the first one go by after two teammates in front of her made quick outs. That one catches the outside edge. Terry flied out to left field her only time. Was back in the first inning. As a check swing bouncing ball foul comes off her bat here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another one fouled back by Terry. 10 home runs on the season for Caitlin Terry to go along with 50 RBIs. 2 hits and a home run Tuesday against Tarleton State. And Terry with another nice 2-strike hack. Was trying to time up Peyton Tanner here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Texas Tech still looking for its first hit. A full count. Mia Williams would be next. Peyton Tanner has issued 3 walks and hit a batter in this game, as Caitlin Terry punches it the other way. But there's Samaya Jones to make another catch in left field for out number 3. Peyton Tanner retires the side in order and sends this game to the 4th.
The true strength of West Texas is in its people, where oil fields meet the heart of our community. Texas Tech Athletics is proud to partner with an industry that drives our region forward. From classrooms to stadiums, we're ensuring our community thrives. Together, we're creating pathways to success. Texas Tech and oil and gas, powering progress together.
Welcome to Abuelos, where fresh meets flavor. Experience the incredible flavors of Abuelos Mexican restaurant, combining homemade cooking with rich flavors of coastal and interior Mexican cuisine. Enjoy made-from-scratch Mexican food, from our house-made salsas, sauces, tortillas, and sides, to our hand-rolled enchiladas, traditional Tex-Mex items, and unique house specialties. Come in today and enjoy great food and new traditions, because the best memories are made around the table. Abuelos, where the taste of Mexico comes alive.
Time doesn't wait. It doesn't pause for tradition, or history, or even greatness. It keeps moving, and if we don't move with it, we get left behind. Texas Tech stands at the edge of something bigger. Every touchdown, every win has led to this. The future won't build itself. We build it.
It's year 26 for Glenn Moore with the Baylor Bears, has taken this program to 5 Women's College World Series. Over 1,100 career wins for Glenn Moore. Spent a few years at LSU before joining Baylor in 2000. The Bears have been a very successful program over the years in the Big 12, and with an RPI just outside the top 40, hoping to get back to the postseason for the first time in a couple of years when it's all said and done. Just one win here over Texas Tech this weekend might be enough to push Baylor the right direction of the bubble and safely have them in the field of 64. They trail 1-0 here in the top of the 4th, trying to figure out Caitlin Terry, who walked Brooklyn Carter to open the game but has not allowed a base runner since. Maya Jones leading off the top of the 4th, dropped down a sack bunt and takes strike 2 on the inside edge. Close miss just off the outside. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's strikeout number 6 for Caitlin Terry. And she puts away Samaya Jones for the first out of the 4th.
At the plate, number 36, Amber Tobin.
Right back to Terry. She handles the comebacker off the bat of Amber Tovin and needs just one pitch to get the second out. So Tovin is in the real consistent threat all season in the Baylor batting order. Sees just one pitch her second time and sends a comebacker back to Terry. 2 quick outs. And here's Leah Cran, starting first baseman, batting cleanup. Fouled out to the right fielder. Desiree Spearman her only time. One pitch misses off the outside. Two and one here on Leah Cran. 13 doubles, 6 homers on the year for Cran. And she sends this one into left field for a base hit. First hit of the game on either side.
At the plate, number 26, Faith Piper.
0-2 here on Faith Piper after the 2-out knock. Swung on and rolled foul. Terry trying to strand that 2-out single at first base. Another 0-2. And this one's fouled back to the screen. Another 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got her to chase way high and off the outside. And that's 7 strikeouts through 4 scoreless for Caitlin Terry, who keeps this 1-0 lead intact for number 4 Texas Tech. Well, Mia Williams has enjoyed her first season in Lubbock to the tune of top 3 in the Big 12 in all 4 of these offensive categories. Homers, RBIs, doubles, and runs scored. Leads the conference with her 72 runs scored. And here in this series opening game between Baylor and number 4 Texas Tech, runs have been at a premium. Hits have been at a premium. Only 1 hit in the game. Came courtesy of Baylor, a 2-out single in the top half of the inning. Texas Tech scratching across a leadoff walk on a sac fly back in the second. Peyton Tanner embarking on her 4th inning of work as Williams skies the 1-0 pitch foul. This one drifting back into the seats out of play. Williams a ground out her only time. Texas Tech trying to push its winning streak to 7 games. Red Raiders have won 6 straight following a midweek loss in San Marcos against Texas State. There's ball 4. So the Red Raiders, on a night where they've yet to collect a hit, they have worked 4 walks against Peyton Tanner, and they have a leadoff base runner for the 3rd time in 4 innings. Jackie Liss walked her only time. Liss again batting cleanup for Texas Tech. Takes ball 2. '59 career home runs for Liss. Next one will be a milestone. That's 15 here in her final college season with Texas Tech. Southern Illinois transfer, spent the last 3 years much closer to her hometown of Newburgh, Indiana. Has drawn a walk for a second time tonight. All of a sudden, this is looking like a carbon copy of the second inning with the back-to-back walks to put 2 on with nobody out. It's 5 walks for the game issued by Peyton Tanner, along with 1 hit batter. Logan Holloman, who was thrown out trying to score on a double steal back in that second, will bat for the first time in this game. And to nobody's surprise, was squaring around to try and drop down a bunt. Holloman only has registered 11 official at-bats this year. Does have 5 hits. Has also dropped down 8 sacrifice bunts. Junior from Flower Mound. Her 3rd season with the program. And after a couple have missed to Holloman, it'll draw a visit from the catcher Abby Flores. You figure Baylor can only hang around so long if Texas Tech continues to get these free passes. And the Red Raiders will find that hit column eventually. So 2-0 on Holloman. Gets down the bunt, but it kicks into foul territory behind home plate. Abby Flores was ready to pick it up. That ball had some backspin on it. Started making its way behind the plate after it landed in front of home plate. So it's 2-1 here on Holloman. He bunts again. This one hangs in the air, and it's caught by Abby Flores for the first out of the inning. Texas Tech fortunate that both base runners were close to the bag, or else that could have easily been a double play. So Holloman not able to drop down the bunt. Instead pops up the bunt for the first out. And here's Lauren Allred, who was hit by a pitch her only time. Allred trying to build off that 2-homer effort in Tuesday's final non-conference regular season game for Texas Tech. Back pick to second base, and almost a close play back there. Williams making her way back to the bag, but the ball skipped away at the last moment. In on the hands, popped in the air, foul, drifting out of play. That is just off the outside. Very close miss. And it fills the count to Lauren Allred with Taylor Pannell on deck. Pannell's got the only RBI of the game on a sac fly back in the second. Allred turns on the 3-2 and hits another one foul. Peyton Tanner, despite not allowing a hit in this game, already at 70 pitches. Has gotten 10 outs. Allred shoots another ball foul on 3-2. A laborious night for the Texas Tech hitters, trying to figure out what's coming from Peyton Tanner. Has had to work quite the bit herself as Allred skies this one in the air into foul territory and again out of play. Jerry Glasgow will call for an offensive conference with Lauren Allred. Lauren, of course, made the move to West Texas from Louisiana with Jerry Glasgow before the start of last season. Allred, a valuable piece on the runner-up team last year, and has found her way back into a starting position down the stretch of this season with this club. 3-2 again, back up the middle, base hit center field. The first knock of the day for Texas Tech brings home Mia Williams, and Lauren Allred has another RBI on this final homestand of the regular season. It's 2-0. Her 35th run driven in. And maybe it was the wisdom of Jerry Glasgow. She was able to straighten out her swing after a lot of foul balls. And Williams, the Big 12 leader in runs scored, slides across home plate for a 73rd time this year. And finally, the Red Raiders have a hit. Now another bouncing ball. It's off the glove of Peyton Tanner. And Taylor Pannell reaches base. The Red Raiders have loaded them up. Another ball hit back towards the middle. Tanner tried to stick out her glove and stop it. May have been better off letting it bounce by her and allow Amber Tovin to step on the bag at second base and at least get one. When instead the bases are loaded, and here's Haley Toney. This one handled by Tanner, and it turns into an inning-ending double play. 1, 2, 3 to get Peyton Tanner out of further trouble in the bottom of the fourth. So again, Texas Tech, they threaten, but they settle for just the one run as they finally come up with a hit and have a 2-0 lead after 4.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Let it rain, Randy! Whoa! Yes! By being prepared for anything! Whoa! Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Alliance Checking has your back and your future. With a streamlined, hassle-free checking experience, you get the freedom to manage your money your way. Enjoy our best rate on deposits, plus stock rewards that stack up, turning everyday spending into real growth. Every purchase, every swipe, every transaction works harder for you. From coffee runs to big-ticket buys, spending money has never paid off like this. Alliance Credit Union, for people, not profit.
Calvis throwed it way out. Bring in a run. We got a double. You call Jockey into second.
The Big 12 up.
Base runner.
Inning number 5 from Tracy Sellers Field, the opener of the final Big 12 regular season series tonight. Texas Tech with a run in the second, another in the fourth. Up 2-0 over the Baylor Bears with a good crowd on hand.
Leading off the top of the 5th for the Bears.
Haven't been many Thursday night college softball games here. With the conference tournament looming next week, Big 12 scheduling Thursday through Saturday series to allow teams an extra day to prepare for what's ahead in Oklahoma City. Olivia Bettner, the DP for Baylor, takes ball 2 here from Caitlin Terry. Terry working on a 1-hit shutout through 4 innings. Got Bettner on a ground ball, her only time. This is in the air to center field, and Maya Davis makes the play for the first out of the 5th.
Now batting 0-0, Kagan Marshall.
Terry gets in front of Kagan Marshall with the first pitch strike. Marshall struck out her only time. Takes upstairs from the left-hander. Swinging a sky-high pop-up, middle of the infield. And the catch made by Williams for the second out. Two gone in the Baylor half of the 5th. And here's the catcher, Abby Flores, who saw just 3 pitches her first time, although Flores will be lifted for a pinch hitter here. It'll be Casey West.
Now batting for the Bears, number 7, Casey West.
West, a two-way player who has appeared in 63 games as a pitcher for Baylor across 5 seasons with the program. Fouls away the first one from Caitlin Terry. West with 8 hits and 28 at-bats this season, coming back from an injury that sidelined her all of last year. 123rd game tonight for Casey West in a Baylor uniform. One of the longest tenured players on the roster. Was on the All Big 12 freshman team way back in 2022. Trying to time up Caitlin Terry coming off the bench, which is no easy task, especially getting down 1 ball 2 strikes here. Have to look for that jumpy rise ball, drop ball, curve ball in the lower parts of the zone. See what Terry throws on 1 and 2. Kept it firm and fouled away again by the pinch hitter West. Two and 2 here. West trying to get on base for Gussman on deck. And takes ball 3. The full count delivery. Swung on and hit in the air to right field. Desiree Spearman makes the catch. Another 1-2-3 frame for Caitlin Terry through 5 innings of shutout, 1-hit softball on this Thursday night in Lubbock. Last weekend in Tempe, Texas Tech captured its second consecutive Big 12 regular season title. The Red Raiders, who won the conference tournament as well in 2025, will be the top seed in Oklahoma City as postseason play gets underway next week. Texas Tech making the run to the Women's College World Series Championship Series and taking Texas to a final and deciding game before coming up short against the champion Longhorns last year. And obviously the hope is to get back there and win the whole thing this season. Red Raiders ranked 4th in the country in the latest AP Top 25. As Desiree Spearman fouls back the first one. Spearman lined out to left field, her only time. After Spearman, back to the top of the order. Maya Davis, Caitlin Terry scheduled to follow. Spearman, quick hands into left field, and again caught by Jones. So twice in this game, Desiree Spearman has hit the ball right on the button, as they say. Twice it's landed in the ready glove of Samaya Jones in left field. So allowed first out. And we go back to the top of the card. Maya Davis will bat for a 3rd time. Davis has walked and popped out, so officially 0 for 1 in the game. Davis into left field, and there's Jones to make the running catch for the second out.
At the plate, number 55, Caitlin Terry.
Caitlin Terry batting with 2 outs, fouls it away. Terry has lifted the ball twice into left field. Samaya Jones has been busy out there. A lot of putouts for the left fielder for the Baylor Bears in this game. Here's the 1-2. And Terry in the air to left field. It's Jones again, and for the third time in this game, catching a fly ball off Caitlin Terry's bat. And we're through 5 in Lubbock. Caitlin Terry has dazzled through 5 innings of one-hit softball tonight. No runs allowed, only 1 free pass, 7 strikeouts for the southpaw. He's thrown 75 pitches to get through 5 against the Baylor Bears in this game. Texas Tech only 2 runs on 2 hits in this game tonight, but it has been plenty for their starting pitcher, Caitlin Terry. Terry will face 9-1-2 in the batting order for the Baylor Bears. Ella Brown will pinch hit for Gianna Gussman, who was scheduled to bat here. Brown, the true freshman from Spring, Texas. Only has 2 at-bats on the season, but both at-bats have resulted in hits, including a double and an RBI. Caitlin Terry makes quick work of Ella Brown as she's sent back to the dugout empty-handed for the first time early in her college career. And it's strikeout number 8 for the Texas Tech pitcher.
At the plate, number 11, Brooklyn Carter.
Ball and strike here on Brooklyn Carter, who's walked and struck out. Carter bunts back to Terry. Quick throw to first, and it's in time. Caitlin Terry with the awareness to get out of the circle and field that as quickly as possible with all the speed Brooklyn Carter has. And gets the second out here in the top of the 6th. One and one here on Samaya Jones. Hitless and 2 at-bats against Terry. in the air, foul territory, and behind the Baylor dugout. It's strike 2 on Jones as Terry tries to get this game to the bottom of the 6th. Jones in protect mode with 2 strikes, able to foul it away. Upstairs, Amber Tovin, dangerous hitter on deck, would represent the possible tying run if she comes to the dish here in the top of the 6th. Here's the full count pitch. And Jones way late, able to make some contact. And she fouls another one away. Good battle being put together by Samaya Jones. Trying to make Caitlin Terry work a little bit in a game where Baylor's only had a couple base runners. And Jones sends another one foul. Eleventh pitch on the way. And Jones, just as she's done a bunch of times already, will foul off another pitch. Jones puts this one in play. Deep to center field and caught by Maya Davis right in front of the wall. So Jones gave it a ride. That's the furthest ball we've seen Baylor hit in this game. Heck, furthest ball on either side. And Davis ends the long battle and ends the top of the 6th. All right, Texas Tech, when you look at the championship history of the Big 12, Only 3 current members hold conference titles, with Oklahoma and Texas dominant for many and many of years in this league. It's an opportunity for some of these newer Big 12 programs to make some noise. Certainly Arizona State having nice seasons among other newer Big 12 programs. And well, Texas Tech, while they might be the heavy favorite next week in Oklahoma City, the Red Raiders do expect to get challenged, as they often have been during the course of conference play. Texas Tech trying to add on here with a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 6th. Mia Williams has come across to score one of the 2 Red Raider runs as she tomahawks this to right. It's deep, and it bangs off the fence. The first Red Raider extra base hit is a double off the bat of Mia Williams here in the bottom of the 6th. So the Red Raiders, who only had one of their 2 hits leave the infield prior to the Williams double, she does lead the Red Raiders in extra base hits, and I guess appropriate that she comes across with the first extra base hit of the game. Back pick to second, and Williams has to go diving into the bag. A couple walks and a run scored for Jackie List, the cleanup hitter. See if she gets a chance to swing the bat here, as watched a couple balls go by. Three and one here on Lish. And she walks for a 3rd time in this game. Baylor did have the base open there as Peyton Tanner issues another walk. Chances haven't really been there in this game for Texas Tech. They're just 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position and 2 for 6 with runners on base. The opportunities for the offenses tonight have been far and few in a 2-0 game late. Here's Jazzy Burns. She swings. There it goes. Right center field. Goodbye. A Burns bomb. And it's a 3-run shot to break this game open in the 6th. It's homers in back-to-back games for Jasmine Burns, who hits her 14th of the season. Right over the 2025 Super Regional Champs National Runner-Up sign. Texas Tech hoping to add to the wall art before it's all said and done this season, and with swings like that, there's no reason to think they can't. Baylor will make a change in the circle as the Red Raiders add on and break this game open a bit in the bottom of the 6th. Sadie Ross is the new pitcher for Baylor. The sophomore from Carr in Colorado. Second year with the program. This is her 22nd appearance in the circle. The earned run average just south of 4, north of 5 in Big 12 play. 6-2 on the year. Has 1 save and has also completed 1 game. After a Jazzy Burns 3-run home run, Peyton Tanner leaves the game and gives way to Ross. That is on the outside corner to Lauren Allred, who had a run-scoring single to center field her last time up. 6 RBIs now for Allred across her last couple of games. After the 2-homer effort on Tuesday against Tarleton. Allred fouls away the 2-1 offering. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the Red Raider senior left-handed hitter. Started the game in right field, has moved to DP since then. Allred into the left field corner and foul. Drifted and hooked away at the last moment. And Allred will return with the full count. And there's the 3-2 pitch low for ball 4. So the Red Raiders have been very patient at the plate in this game. Work a 7th walk against Baylor pitching. Sadie Ross hasn't quite issued the amount of walks that the starter Peyton Tanner has on the season. Belt high strike to Taylor Panel. There's a bouncing ball towards the middle and through into center field. It's a base hit for Taylor Panel, her 2nd single of the game. And Haley Toney 1 swing away from preventing a 7th inning. In the dirt, blocked by Flores. 1 ball, 1 strike. This game was 2-0 into the bottom half of the 6th inning before Jasmine Burns launched a 3-run home run. Toney taps it foul, 1-2. Off-speed pitch floats off the outside. 2-2. Swinging a bouncer. Ross has it. She'll go to third as Baylor wisely cuts down Lauren Allred over there. Tony reaches on the fielder's choice. One down here in the bottom of the 6th. Nigeri Kennedy, who's expected to pitch in this series, has grabbed the bat, and she'll pinch hit in the spot of Desiree Spearman. Well, the biggest star in the sport, with a chance to end this game with one big swing. Kennedy, who led the club last year in home runs, has not focused on her hitting as much as her pitching this year. Does have 8 hits and 35 at-bats with 4 doubles and a homer. Senior from Topeka, Kansas, takes ball 2. Nyjah with the big swing and a miss through the 2-0 from Sadie Ross. That is off the outside. Back pick to first to check on Haley Toney. Here's a 3-1 to Kennedy. Swing and a bouncing ball foul. Full count. It rolls to short. The glove flip for one, and on to first, double play. They turn 2 against Nyjah Kennedy. So we will have a 7th inning. Texas Tech 3 outs away from a 7th straight win. Well, the Baylor Bears 41st in the RPI, very much on the bubble. Some projections have them in, others don't. Baylor probably needs to make a little noise before Selection Sunday. They've got 3 opportunities this weekend, although one is about to fall by the wayside with Baylor down 5 runs and only 3 outs to play with. And then obviously some resume boosting opportunities will likely present themselves in Oklahoma City next week, but Baylor at 27-23, probably got to win at least another game or 2 against a formidable opponent to solidify their spot among the 64 teams that advance on to regionals this year. Caitlin Terry back in the circle, trying to finish what she started. 93 pitches, only 1 hit allowed. Leah Cran, who's on deck, has the only hit of the game for Baylor. This is Amber Tovin, who's had a tough time trying to figure out Terry. 0 for 2 with the strikeout, as she fouls this one back to the screen. That's on the inside edge. 1-2 on Tovin. She's been one of the top shortstops in the Big 12 this year. And she lifts the 1-2 foul out of play.
And it's an Anderson Brothers Roofing foul ball.
That's upstairs. 2-2. Very close miss just off the outside to fill the count. Strike 3. 9th strikeout for Caitlin Terry as she gets Amber Tovin for a second time in this game.
At the plate, number 1, Leah Cran.
Swinging a bouncing ball to third off the bat of Leah Cran. Taylor Panel snaps it across, and Baylor down to its final out. So Caitlin Terry is now past the century mark in pitches thrown in this game. We'll try and record another out here. And a pinch hitter here for Baylor. Faith Piper was scheduled. And first ball swinging. Jensen Vien grounds out to end it. And it's a complete game. One hitter turned in by Caitlin Terry. And the final Big 12 series opener of the season as Texas Tech wins again here at home. 5-0 over the Baylor Bears. So the Red Raiders win their 7th straight game. They keep on rolling through the Big 12. They've already wrapped up the regular season title, and they make a statement with a brilliant pitching effort from Caitlin Terry in this game to win it 5-0 over Baylor. Baylor pitching was good too, but Caitlin Terry had the upper hand all night. And the Red Raiders, they got some timely hits, timely sac flies early, able to break it open in the bottom of the 6th on the Jazzy Burns 3-run home run. We invite you to join us tomorrow, 6 o'clock Central Time. The start on ESPN+. Will Connerly will be with you for the action. I'm Chris Sylvester for our producer Tim Hayes and the rest of our crew. So long from West Texas, where the Red Raiders win it by a final of 5-0